Hey there, this is B. Wendy Jackson, and I just want to come on here and just give you a short counseling bite to help you get on your way. Remember when, and now what? Those, how many words is that? I can't count. But anyways, those few words, oh my gosh, have really helped to ground and anchor a client. You know, I had a client who's navigating grief and being able to recover and is in a different place now since the loss that she's experienced. She said, Dr. Jackson, Dr. Wendy. Now, a lot of people call me doctor, no matter how many times I tell them I'm not a doctor. You don't have to call me doctor. Anything, you could just say be Wendy or Mrs. Jackson. I still have people that say Dr. Jackson. They still want to call me Miss Bob. They just don't know what to say, child. I just let them. But anyways, you never know. One day I may be a doctor, but not now. Dr. Wendy, Dr. Jackson, you know, two things that are keeping me grounded are the words, remember when and now what. Now, here's why I love that, because I immediately wrote it down and I wanted to share with you. Whatever you're going through now, I want you to take a moment. Like, what if you were to take a moment and ask yourself, remember when? Remember when you struggled with something similar last time? It could be last year. It could be 2 years ago, 5 years ago. Remember when the last time you felt depressed? Remember when the last time you felt anxious? Remember when the last time you went through a breakup or disappointment? Remember when? You remember, kind of look at, where are you today? Are you in the same place that you were before? Now, what are you going to do? What choice are you going to make in this moment? Because you're not where you used to be. What if you took a moment and just kind of did that, engage in that reflection? It would help you to snap out of it, because you don't have to fall victim to whatever you're feeling or thinking right now. It feels horrible. It feels probably hopeless. It feels you are in despair, and you may be in despair. And those of you who are grieving, I am so sorry for your loss. And grief doesn't necessarily mean that you lost a person or a loved one. It could mean a breakup. It could mean a marriage. It could mean a dream. It could mean something, right? But I really want to encourage you to ask yourself and to remember that no matter what it is that you feel, please allow yourself to feel. But your life does not have to be governed by your feelings. A lot of the Psalms, I love the book of Psalms, because a lot of the Psalms, the psalmists, not just David, are raw with their expression of grief and of anger. Almost all of the emotions are reflected in the book of Psalms. But a lot of the Psalms, they start off with this raw expression of grief. I cried all night and nothing changed. I had my hands lifted up to you. God, did you hear me? Why are you so far away? Like, it's raw. But in a lot of the Psalms, there is a twist. It normally starts with something like, yet will I, but then I remembered. And the psalmist begins to remember the goodness of the Lord when God came through for them before. So I want to encourage you. Remember when? Take a moment. Write down, when was the last time that I experienced the goodness of the Lord? When was the last time that I experienced something tragic, difficult, almost seemingly impossible, and God got me through it? And when you have that memory come up for you, okay, then ask yourself and say, self, now what are you going to do? Be grateful. Practice gratitude. See, a lot of us, we left gratitude in November. But gratitude is a daily thing. Every time the Lord opens up your eyes for you to wake up, it's an opportunity to practice gratitude. So what are you going to do with that? How are you going to change your thoughts? How are you going to rise up and move forward? What are you going to do? What you going to do? That's your choice. That's your choice. You get to determine that. So I hope this helps you to rise up, to be empowered, to be encouraged, and sometimes Courage is about doing it scared, doing it afraid. That's a whole nother video for another day. But have an amazing day on purpose. So here, you be encouraged. God sees you. And even if you don't know the Lord, it is the best decision that you can ever make to accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and personal Savior. So I pray that you do that. Not just this year, but today. And if you know the Lord, but you've walked away, there's nowhere else to go. So be encouraged today. This is Wendy Jackson. Bye for now.